One of our favorite fall desserts is a simple pumpkin dip. It's something that I love to take to parties, get together, teacher appreciation events, and I do a lot this time of year for parties. So I am going to share just how simple it is. So we are going to need a can of pumpkin. So I'll tell you a little bit about the difference in types of pumpkin that you can use. 1 box of cheesecake flavored Jello pudding. This is where the secret's at. And then we're going to need 2 cups of whipped cream. So we're going to start out by making the whipped cream today using the electric twist and chop. So I'm going to get it started and just kind of move it over so it can finish out while we do the other steps. So 3 ingredients to make the whipped cream. You can do it in the whipped cream maker or you can do it in a stand mixer. You can do it by hand, but I love how easy it is to do with the twist and chop. So I'm going to real quickly take a fresh bag of powdered sugar. That was something you never run out of, and I happen to run out of recently. So cute little bag clip, perfect for opening bags like this, crackers, cereal, anything that might be a little bit tricky to get into. All right, so the lid comes off. You get about a 2.5 cup capacity of food that you can put in here, but as it chops down, I typically add even more. Now, the traditional recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. I think that's just not nearly enough. So we're going to do 2 heaping tablespoons of powdered sugar. Now, another neat thing with this little bag slicer is you can also use it as a clip. However, especially for something like powdered sugar, I want a great seal on that so I know that it's not going to spill all over the pantry. All right, the next ingredient will be some vanilla. So this is the Pampered Chef's double strength Madagascar pure vanilla. So it is back, and we are so excited for the season. So it calls for a teaspoon. I'm probably going to do closer to a 1/2 teaspoon because it is a double strength, so we don't need a ton. But you can add all sorts of things. You could do almond extract. You could do really any liquid that would give some nice flavor. All right, so final step is we're going to add some heavy whipping cream. Now, I did keep this in the refrigerator until right before I pulled it out. So I'm going to do about 1.5 cups of the heavy cream. All right, perfect. And what you're going to love about the twist and chop is the blades not only go around, but they go up and down too. So normally if I'm just chopping like some onions or something, I just do the pulp so I can control. But what I'm going to do for this, because we need a continuous, I'm just going to push the power button. Okay? Just going to do the up and down. I'm going to move this over. So hopefully that's not too loud and you can still hear me. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the pumpkin. So you can either do a pumpkin pie filling, which is going to have all the spices and everything you need in it, or just packed pumpkin. If you do packed pumpkin, just add a little bit of cinnamon. So cinnamon or pumpkin pie flavoring. Pumpkin pie. Oh my goodness, we're almost there. Today I'm going to do the pumpkin pie mix. You get it's a softer, like a more thin consistency, so it actually makes a little bit more. If I want this maybe for a pie filling, I could do that. All right, and just like that, our whipped cream is ready, so we'll do that in just a second. All right, so we're gonna do the pumpkin pie mix. So I'm just gonna start opening it with the can opener. Oh, I'm gonna try to open it with the can opener. Get back on track. So love the can opener. You don't have to worry about the little metal shards being down in your recipe, and it's also great because you just won't cut yourself with this. Somehow I'm getting off right there. All right, so flip it around and it just does a great job of coming up. You don't see any of the yucky stuff down in there. All right, so we're gonna add just a can of pie filling. You guys, this is so good. You can put it in little pre-made pie, like pie shells. The little phyllo dough cups are perfect. My favorite is to serve it with ginger snaps, and I'm going to show you my favorite ginger snap brand. But sometimes it's hard to find And then graham crackers, green apples, or just with a spoon. It's so delicious. All right, so now we're going to go to that secret ingredient, which is the cheesecake flavored Jello pudding. So I was talking to someone last week, and she's like, I had never even seen that that you could buy like a cheesecake flavored pudding. So it is so easy. Open that again. So we're going to pop that together. Whisk it real quick. So you want to whisk these two together before you add the whipped cream, or Cool Whip is fine. So if you're going to do Cool Whip, about 2 cups is the perfect capacity. And ta-da, look at that, you guys. In probably a minute, we had the perfect whipped cream. Now, another thing I like to do with the whipped cream this time of year is just add some pumpkin pie flavoring in there as well. Such a great dessert. And if you are skeptical and don't love pumpkin, you may still want to try this, because I have lots of people, including my husband, who are not pumpkin fans and really, really love this recipe. So teachers at my kids' schools and even past schools, they love this, and they're so excited when I bring it to share. So whipping that together beautifully. And then what I'll do is just put it in a nice little serving dish. The best ginger snaps on the planet, I do believe, are these Stouffer's. So if you're local to me, Food Lion is a consistent place that I can find it. So enjoy. I'll share the recipe here in the comments.